Welcome to Trial by Wine. We take a closer look at crimes that highlight how fascinating humans can be. Schmitty, Swanee and Clarky visit crimes and run them through their jury of three, debating both sides of the case to agree an appropriate, if totally fictitious, sentence. Please be advised, Trial by Wine may include explicit or disturbing content and will include drunken rambling. Listener discretion is advised.
All right, how are we?
Great.
Very well.
How are you?
Yes.
Good. You'd only pick up poo where the animal that it's come from eats meat, I reckon. I mean, that's kind of why we pick up dog poo and why we are funny
I mean,
about
the
human.
foxes would poo in the paddock. I'm not picking
fox poo
that
is
up.
horrendous. Yeah, all right.
I'm not
fair
picking
enough.
that up.
Fair enough.
No.
Okay.
I don't really know anything about
Anyway, that was
fox
a bit of
poo.
a carry-on from our pre-episode conversation. Poo, as it turns out, we were talking about.
Poo.
All right. So, yes, we're doing a back-to-back tonight. Did we have anything exciting happen in the 5-minute wee break?
Zip.
No.
No,
That's-
put some more wood on the fire.
I won't turn the lights
Reassuring.
on outside the house. It's very
Yeah, I
Just the
reorganised things.
essentials.
I
Yes.
forgot to tell you about, how I had the Aldi binger?
Yeah.
Yes. How could we forget?
I've got a Temu binger now too.
Oh,
So,
Which is better?
you're a binger.
Have you had a binger off?
yes, because the Aldi binger didn't do soft serve and it really irritated me that I couldn't get, it didn't matter what I tried, I couldn't get it to make a soft serve. And then I was shopping on Temu because what else do you do other than watch reels and shop on Temu? And
Get a 10 grand a week Temu addiction.
I got a $241 slushy machine for $90 because they did one of their stupid wheel things
Ah,
that
yes.
that if I spent this amount of money, I'd get $150
Which probably
back in
means
my
you got
PayPal.
a $45 one for 90.
Probably, but I also looked on Amazon, the exact same brand, is being sold on Amazon and Kogan, I think, exact same brand, and all operating at about that $250 mark. So I was like, okay, I'll give this a go, and I only paid $90. So I was like, oh well, if it's a dud, whatever,
Winning
right?
already.
Winning already, exactly. Because what gave me the idea was the reviews. 'cause
Winning
it's like,
even without the soft serve.
true. I was like, is this even worth it? And I read the reviews and people are like, I got it on a 1 cent deal and it's marvellous. I'm like, a deal? I need to get it on a deal.
A
So
1 cent deal?
I don't know what that
Stop
was,
it.
but
Yeah.
I managed to get this money off business. Anyway, the first time I tried it, it didn't work very well. It kept erroring and blah, blah, blah. And I thought, I've ripped off, right? And then Tony needs to eat more protein. So we'd put some protein powder in the mix and whatever. And I think we just stuffed up the ice cream mix. So today I tried it again, but this time I used a recipe that people have used in the Woolstead one and the Kmart one. Came out a treat. So I
Really?
now have, yes. So I now have 2 bingers, one only slushies, the other slushies and soft serves. Yeah.
Like
Do
soft serve
you-
ice cream.
Make
Yes.
alcoholic soft serve? Oh.
I haven't yet, but I would like
it's
to
a
do
dessert
rum and
maker
raisin.
as well as a cocktail
Yeah.
maker.
It says ice cream, but it's really soft serve. It's not scoopy ice cream. It's
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah.
But yes, it
Like
gets cold
the
enough to do it.
Mr. Whippy.
100%
I
Mr.
love
Whippy.
that. It's my
And I
favourite.
put the ice magic on top, and because I
Yep.
bought the cones and I did the ice magic, and it worked. It was an absolute treat. So just FYI.
Meanwhile,
Wow.
I'm over here on nil by mouth again.
Oh, are you?
Always. I'm
Oh,
here. I'm
just-
trying
oh,
to,
right.
they're
Not
always
for- not
trying
for
not
medical
to eat, and
reasons.
you're going, oh, we're having nice soft serve. I'm like, what? That's not fair.
Told
Yeah,
you.
Bailey's
But I've
soft
only
serve.
eaten 1 meal a day for the last
Bailey's
couple of
soft
weeks.
serve
So
and Kahlua
So
soft
having
serve.
a soft serve is not going to hurt
Koala.
you if you are
Mm.
not overeating the rest of the time. And I know what's in it because I made it myself. But yes, a
That's very
Bailey's or
impressive.
a Kahlua soft serve. And I was going to do a rum and raisin because I've got a recipe for that too.
And
so I
you
was gonna
got your
give it a go.
rum. You love your rum.
I love a good rum. Yeah.
Do you know that last night on the news,
Mm.
I was making dinner and they were talking, they weren't calling it Timu. They pronounced it differently. They were calling it
Temu.
Timu.
They call it
Is that what it
Temu.
is? Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
Yep.
And they were talking about, I've never bought anything from them, don't know. But this lady was saying, it was like an actual news story, saying she saved money because there's some deal or something that you get with them that if the price changes or goes down, they pay the money back or something.
Well,
so she
this
reckons
is-
she's earning $50 back a month. I don't know how much she's spending to
I
get
don't
$50.
understand what she's doing to get it. But on the deal I did,
Yeah.
I had to spend some money and I bought some other shit that I thought, oh, yeah, I want that. but then because what I had to do, this is the funny thing. When you get a deal, they give you a specific recommendation page, and you can only buy off that page. It's not just everything on Temu, right?
Okay.
So what you do though is you go and you
Sounds
search up
fascinating.
what you want. So it's in the algorithm. And then eventually it was then included in the
In the
specials
in the
page,
deal.
in the deal page. And the
gosh.
deal was, don't
They're
ask me why,
clever.
we'll give you
That's
$150 to your PayPal if you buy, spend $250, right?
If you spend
And I thought,
1,000.
if this is real,
Sounds too good to be true.
it does. So I thought, it's a risk.
That's why I couldn't
but
believe it was on the news.
I thought I'd give it a go, and sure enough, $150 showed up in my PayPal from Temu, and I paid $241, so it cost me $90 for the binger. I mean, I did buy them pre my surgery for something to do. The amount of rhinestones I have all these little rhinestones and hot fix things because I was bedazzling my own caftans, just a craft thing to do.
What? To put Camilla out of business.
Well, you laugh, but I won't be putting her out of business because I kept burning holes in the caftan with a little hot fix
Bedazzling
thing.
my own caftan, says nobody ever.
Exactly right. It was something to do because I thought I'm going to be bored. I've got a lot of time on my hands, and
I
sure
love
enough,
that.
I have. I've half done one. It looks quite good, I've got to tell you, except for all the burn holes in it. And then I've changed to glue. But you can buy all those little craft things for next to nothing on Temu. So that's why I was buying there. But the woman who's trying to get $50 a month must be buying a lot of shit.
I'm sending it to you now. The cashback hack.
She's savvy. That's what that is.
Cashback hack.
So I suppose we should introduce ourselves. I'm Schmitty.
I'm Swanee.
And I'm Clarky. And together we are
Trial
by
by
Wine.
Wine.
And just before I finish on the binger story, boys, if you are interested in a binger that does soft serve, I recommend kitchenwarehouse.com.au. They're selling a Woolstead for about $199 that does soft serve as well, and that's highly rated. Anyway,
A Woolstead.
that's the brand.
Jeepers.
I've done a lot of research on my bingers.
Sounds like
Yeah.
it. Do you recommend
yeah,
it
yeah.
more than the Temu one?
Well, I think it's less risk because you're buying from an Australian organisation.
Right.
I was taking a risk, and I knew I was. Yeah.
Good to know.
Oh,
right.
the risks you will take.
What are we drinking?
Oh, I've upgraded. I've gone from a sparkling water to my first can of
Look at
Coke
you.
Zero for the day.
Fridge
Yes.
ciggy.
A fridge ciggy, yeah, boys. You still on the
We're on the
red blend?
Cofields red blend, yeah.
Delicious.
What
I'm
about you?
Moving on to my tap water in a Soda Stream bottle. Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yep. I know how to rock and roll.
You need to calm down.
Who's got a story for us this time around?
I do. Yes, in fact, I do.
Awesome. All right. Take it away, Clarky.
Alrighty, so I'll kick off with my sources, which are abc.net.au, Wikipedia, The Age, region.com.au, and, spoiler alert, whokilledIrma.com.au.
Oh. Australian story, though, yeah?
Correct, yes. So
Yeah.
as you would guess from my sources, today's story involves murder.
Oh, yes.
Specifically the
Specifically
murder
of Irma.
Of
Canberra
Irma.
woman Irma Palasics.
Oh, poor Irma.
So we need to jump into the timey-wimey machine and head back to 1999.
Mhm.
Oh, not that far then, but okay, yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just
but
thinking,
still,
I
quarter
went
of
to
a
uni in
century,
Canberra.
you know.
True. I always think the 90s is much closer than it was.
But it ain't
is,
no.
yeah. Nah.
We're heading to Mackellar in Canberra. And for those of you who don't know, it's in the Australian Capital Territory, or ACT for short. Mackellar is a residential suburb in the Belconnen district.
Woohoo! That's where I lived.
Is it? Yeah,
I
it's the
went to
Belconnen Mall.
Well, exactly. I went to uni and my university was in Belconnen. And of course, I lived in the Belconnen sort of city. What's it called that? I've got
District.
a name for it. District. Is that what it's called? Because they have 5 areas. It's like Tugnerong and Belconnen and I can't remember the others. But yes, I lived there for 3 years when I went to uni.
So like many suburbs of Canberra, it's named after a politician. And this one is named after Colin Mackellar, who served as a Minister for Repatriation from 1964 to 1970. Fascinating, chenille, completely irrelevant to the story. It's Saturday the 6th of November, roughly 9:30 p.m. were at the home of elderly couple Gregor and Irma Palasics. Gregor is 73 and Irma is 72 years old. They're at home when suddenly two men in balaclavas force their way into the home. They bind both Irma and Gregor with cable ties, duct tape, and a telephone cord. It's the 90s classic combo. And beat
Did we still
them.
have phones then? Yes,
Oh,
we did.
shit. In
Yeah,
the
yeah.
90s,
Yes,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
And beat them, demanding to know where the money is. Gregor says there is no money, but they continue the beatings. Gregor hears his wife Irma's terrible screams for some time before things fall silent.
Don't like that.
The men ransacked the house, well, particularly not after the boiler alert source that I had.
Yeah. True.
The men ransacked the house, pulling every drawer out and searching every cupboard before they find a secret compartment under the oven in the kitchen.
Oh, they knew what they're looking for.
Yeah, and they steal $30,000 in cash along with jewellery and flee the house.
Great hiding spot, or was until we just heard that.
Well, kind of, but it always makes me a bit nervous, the thought of hiding cash near an oven.
Oh, yeah, maybe cash.
True.
Yeah. Jewelry.
You'd have to have good
stuff.
heat-resistant
Insulation. Yeah.
insulation.
So Gregor is in shock and lays in the silence. At some point, he loses consciousness. After about an hour, he manages to free himself. He goes to Irma, rolls her over and removes her bindings and realises that his wife is dead. He then calls the police. Family members will later say that Gregor died that night too, due to the grief that overcame him after Irma's death, but he survived. It is later determined that Irma drowned in her own blood from a broken nose.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
Yeah. So not even a particularly serious wound, but she's restrained and
So they weren't really necessarily trying to kill her. They were just trying to
Yeah.
subdue her or whatever.
So Gregor is taken to the Calvary Hospital and placed under police guard. Once he has recovered enough, the police interview him and the entire family, trying to find any leads.
Do you know what nationality their background was? I'm trying to guess. It could be a number of different sort of nationalities.
I don't.
Yeah, I just wonondered.
They're Hungarian.
So they're
They are Hungarian.
Yeah, I was going to say Hungarian, but then I thought, maybe I'd be making that up. They interview the whole family, trying to find any leads, and they discover that it's not the first time they have been robbed. They were victims of a burglary in 1997 and an aggravated burglary in 1998 when they lived in Red Hill, but nothing this violent.
I don't remember Canberra being a particularly
hotspot for aggravated
violence, let alone
burglaries,
one family getting done 3 times. It's unusual.
Yeah. But nothing this violent. Gregor also tells them he remembers that one of the men took a drink of something from the fridge. The forensic investigators search the home and find 2 unknown fingerprints, one on a milk bottle and the other on a water jug, both in the Palasics fridge.
Excellent.
The police mount a significant investigation. They uncover 331 suspects and one by one clear them all. So it's a fairly significant investigation. They're being very thorough.
Is that because of, where are we at? 99, did you say? 1999?
Yeah.
So that's pre-DNA testing. Is it based on the
2000?
fingerprints? Yeah. Okay.
I was just being silly.
2003 is when sort of DNA started.
So this was
to really
just based on someone's on fingerprints, or how they got so many suspects?
Blood matching as well. They couldn't do DNA matching to the way they can now, but
Did they have their blood done?
I don't think
There was no blood.
I don't think any of the
Well, other than hers.
suspects were anything to do with the fingerprints. I think they were
known.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, people who are known to them, all that
to
kind
the
of thing.
police. Yeah.
But the fingerprints were a good way of
Understood.
ruling suspects
People out. True.
Got
true.
it.
Yeah.
It. That makes more sense. Got it. Sorry, I misunderstood.
No, that's okay. So rewards of up to $500,000 are offered for information leading to the arrest of the guilty men. There is also an ongoing campaign of posters around Canberra asking who killed Irma, keeping the case warm. but nothing comes of the case for years and eventually it goes cold. However, the family never give up in their fight for justice for Irma and Gregor, of
No.
course, but despite their best efforts, there is no movement. That is until 2019 when police finally get a match on a fingerprint found on the milk bottle in the fridge through the National Crime Investigation DNA database. It belongs to a man named Steve Fabrizi. Now, you might think that the police would go and see him straight away, but they do not. They don't rush things. They play a long game to catch their man. In 2022, they set up an undercover operation, a fictitious crime syndicate that builds rapport with Steve Fabrizi and then pays him $10,000 to do some of their work. So in court documents, the police allege that fictitious crimes and scenarios were undertaken as part of the strategy, with the defendant voluntarily and eagerly participating in each. No actual criminal conduct occurred during the strategy, and all persons involved were law enforcement officers. The undercover police allegedly led Steve to believe that the fictitious syndicate was connected to a corrupt officer who could help them fix any issues they ran into with law enforcement. In September 2023, he being Steve, allegedly met with Danny, the head of the fake syndicate, at Melbourne's Crown Casino.
Nice.
Likely
The
spot.
conversation
Good place for a
was
sting.
it's great. I love it. The conversation was recorded covertly. Police told Mr. Fabrizi that his DNA was found at a cold case murder scene in Canberra. To which Fabrizi replies, "A murder scene? You shitting me?" He initially denied any involvement. He claimed that clothes and a drink bottle had been stolen from his home and that these must have been used to place his DNA at the scene.
Sure.
When he was when he was told this was implausible, he allegedly partially admitted to his involvement. It is alleged that Mr. Fabrizi told the undercover operatives he had been living in Melbourne at the time when an associate asked him to help commit a burglary in Canberra as their targets had cash in their home. He allegedly claimed he waited outside while his associate broke into the home through a bathroom window. Then he heard the sounds of some struggling as well as a woman saying, "Don't hurt me," in English, Schmitty, and Hungarian.
Yeah.
He then allegedly
Poor
changed his
woman.
story and told them he had also gone in through the window, which must have been how his DNA ended up at the property. "I just went into the house to help him out. No, I didn't tie them up. He tied them up. I didn't hurt the lady," he allegedly claimed. "I never saw the lady. I had nothing to do with that murder or whatever it is that happened. I don't know what happened to the lady. It's a burglary
Someone
that went
broke her
the wrong
nose, which
way.
killed
You know
her.
what I mean?" He also allegedly said he didn't know Miss Palasics died and repeatedly said he was ashamed about his involvement. So police arrested him in Melbourne on the 20th of September 2023 and then extradited him to the ACT. When officers interviewed him, he denied being involved in her assault and claimed he couldn't remember what happened. Officers told him that he seemed ashamed of his alleged involvement. "Oh, definitely ashamed, very ashamed, but it had nothing to do with her murder," he said. He told them he found out about the Palasics via a Joe, whose surname was Vacconi. He also said they hadn't been in contact for 20 years and allegedly implied that it was this Joe who was responsible for the assaults on the couple. He also revealed $30,000 was found in the house and Vacconi had given him $12,000 of the money before the pair had driven straight back to Melbourne. Police had never revealed publicly how much money was taken.
But I had nothing to do with it.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Oops. The police had their first man but needed to get Vacconi. This time on the road to Cape York when police officers followed Vacconi on a driving holiday. At one point, Vacconi discarded a coffee cup, which police collected and did some DNA testing. It's like a movie. It's great.
Yeah.
What they found was a match to the DNA found on the water jug in the Palasics fridge. It also matched DNA found inside a balaclava that Irma pulled off an attacker when their Red Hill home was invaded in 1998. When police interviewed him in
The
December
other one.
She kept it.
No, she didn't keep it. At the time, she pulled it off, so when she reported
they
it
had
to police,
it.
they had it.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
So they'd been back
Yeah.
to the same people's house.
100%. Yeah.
Good. That had to be right. It was too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So when police interviewed him in December 2023, he denied assaulting the Palasics or any involvement in any of the burglaries at their homes, as when they lived in Red Hill, they'd also been burgled in 97 and 98. Mr. Vicconi suggested that Mr. Fabrizi was jealous that he had a family while the latter did not, which could be why Mr. Fabrizi apparently claimed he was involved. I mean, logic.
What? I didn't
Makes
understand
sense.
that.
I've got a family he hasn't, so that's why he's accusing me.
Hang on, can I just
Because
go
he's
back
jealous
and say,
that I've got a
is this-
family.
Is this because
Nonsense.
do the police now have the second guy?
Yeah.
they
So
take-
Vicconi's the second guy. Yeah, they've
Have
got
they
him.
actually? So they've followed him up to Cape York, whatever else. Done the call. They have him in custody, and he's
Yes.
saying that he thinks that the guy's jealous.
Wasn't me. The other guy's jealous because
Because I have a family.
I've got a family
Fair
and he
enough.
doesn't. I mean,
Okay.
imagine being the police listening to that. What?
Yeah, that'll be
Dickheads.
it. That'll
Sorry,
be
explain it to me again.
it.
So he also said he hadn't seen Mr. Fabrizi since about 1997, but didn't explain how his own DNA was allegedly located at the scene. He just repeated that that he had never been to Canberra. Both Steve Fabrizi and Joseph Vicconi are arrested and charged with Irma's murder and remanded into custody. In 2024, whilst awaiting the trial, Fabrizi, who is now 69, applied for bail, claiming the Canberra jail he was in, which he'd been remanded in, has breached his human rights. This is a little aside, but it's kind of funny. Mr. Fabrizi's lawyer, Jack Pappas, told the court the jail had breached the ACT's Human Rights Act by keeping him with sentenced prisoners when he is still on remand awaiting trial. Chief Justice Lucy McCallum agreed, noting that there was evidence from another recent case that part of the Act had not been complied with since Canberra's jail opened in 2008. Justice McCallum found a breach cleared the way for Mr. Fabrizi to apply for bail because it was a special and exceptional circumstance. I find that fascinating that he's awaiting trial, but he's not given bail, but his human
remanded.
rights are breached because he's in a jail.
He's in remand. It sounds like there's just this idea of separation that when you're on remand, you shouldn't be in with people who have been sentenced.
Yeah,
I was
because
unaware of that.
Yeah, well, I think it's an ACT
you
thing.
haven't
I
been
don't
found
know that it's
guilty.
a normal thing, but it might not
Okay.
be. So at the bail hearing,
Sorry, do you know what the Palasics did for a living? Like, why have they got $30,000?
I don't know.
Do we have any background on that?
Well, we come
You
on to that. I was thinking, I
You
figured
probably
we were going to
know
get
more.
on
You've got Hungarian heritage.
Well, they came over in 56, so they followed a similar line as my father and my grandparents. They're more around the age of my grandparents. But
Red Hill was a very nice suburb. Like,
they probably just worked bloody hard like my grandparents did.
Yeah,
maybe.
probably, and
You
didn't
know.
trust banks, so they kept it all in cash.
Kept it in cash.
But how
yeah.
they know they had? That's what I'm sure you'll get on to that.
Oh, there's some dodgy connection, right?
Yeah, there has to be.
Somewhere
Someone knew they had
because they've
money.
already tried to rob them
Rob them
before.
twice. Yeah, exactly.
So I wouldn't say it's an inside job, but they were known to be people who kept money at home, probably.
So at the bail hearing, Mr. Pappas said Mr. Fabrizi would be prepared to abide by strict bail conditions, including wearing a security ankle bracelet, keeping to a tight curfew overnight, and offering $50,000 surety while living in his Melbourne home.
How does he have that?
Probably in the near the oven. I don't know.
Yeah.
But ACT Policing Detective Sergeant Craig Marriott told the court police were concerned that there was a risk Mr. Fabrizi could abscond. He told the court that even though the ankle bracelet is admirable technology, it can still be easily removed, with concerns that even if the alarm was sounded, police might not be able to respond
Get there
quickly
quickly enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if there was an escape attempt. Police also claim Mr. Fabrizi had transferred $215,000 to Hungary, where he was also a citizen and was believed to be looking to buy property and retire
there we go. Mr. Fabrizi was a Hungarian.
I thought he was going to be Italian.
No. Facconi maybe, but Fabrizi, it's
Right.
Fabriczy.
CZ, yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. I thought that was just a random
Vacconi
connection.
sounds Hungarian too, to be honest. Now I'm looking at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The plot does thicken a little. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So prosecutor Trent Hickey said that there were other concerning issues, including Mr. Fabrizi's response when asked for his passport when he only handed over his Australian document. So he's hung on to his Hungarian one.
Isn't
Chief Justice
Istvan Fabrizi, right. Okay, yeah. Keep going.
There you go. Chief Justice McCallum agreed there was an appreciable risk of flight when she refused him bail. I love that. Your human rights have been violated. So, yes, you can apply for bail, but we're not going to give it to you. Not that
you
stupid.
can apply.
We can go through the process, sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing legally stopping me from letting you apply. So the trial began in February 2026, so only a few months ago, and lasted for 7 weeks and included 53 witnesses, 14 statements or recordings, and 97 exhibits. I mean, what do you do when you go exhibit A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z? That's 26 exhibits.
A2, B2.
Then do you go AA, A1?
Maybe.
Anyway,
so.
97. That's a lot of alphabets.
1.1, 1.2, 1.3.
Oh, man,
Anyway,
who knows?
A 1.3.
A.1.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, the dots.
Jurors heard that balaclava-clad intruders, who they found to be Fabrizi and Vacconi, broke into Irma's home in Mackellar on the 6th of November 1999 before assaulting and tying up Irma and Gregor. So they ransacked the home before stealing about $30,000 and jewellery from a hidden compartment, as we earlier heard. Gregor managed to free himself after they left, found Irma face down, and her airway was full of blood as her nose had been broken earlier that night.
Disgusting.
At trial, Joseph Vacconi denied ever coming to Canberra. The prosecution told the court that Vacconi was the man who attacked Irma at her former home in Red Hill, and so in that instance, she went to the garden to get a lemon when she interrupted 2 men before being punched in the face by one whom she pulled a balaclava from. And forensic scientists told the court that they had found Vacconi's DNA inside it, directly refuting his testimony. So how's that? Go out to get a lemon and just get punched in the face.
Oh, fucking hell.
I reckon she's a tough bird, Irma, like in a
sure.
complimentary way,
I
not
have no doubt about it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. These barristers.
Certainly all the Hungarian women of that age group that I know.
Yeah,
tough women.
as.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fabrizi's barrister, Sky Jerome, described the prosecution's case as weak, vague, tenuous, and circumstantial. It's a lot. And said there was a compromised crime scene after Irma's death, including contaminated exhibits. My client was a lookout for a burglary which he understood was committed by Mr. Vacconi. Barrister for Vacconi, Travis Jackson, said there was no specific evidence in the case about what either of the 2 accused men was alleged to have done. One of the jury's questions to the court during their deliberations indicated they found it was unclear who was alleged to have attacked Irma that night. On the first day of trial, Fabrizi pleaded guilty to 1 count of burglary as he had admitted going to Irma's home on the night she died. They both pleaded not guilty to murder, while Vacconi also pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of burglary, denying he had been part of the 1998 or 1999 burglaries. Did not. On the 16th of April 2026, the jury found them not guilty of murder, but guilty of the alternative charge of manslaughter instead. And just to be clear on that, the men were found guilty of manslaughter instead of murder due to the jury's decision to consider manslaughter as the statutory alternative to murder in the case.
Yep.
The jury was informed that manslaughter could be considered as an alternative charge, and they were presented with evidence that supported this decision. The case involved Yeah, the case involved a violent home invasion where the couple was beaten, tied up and gagged, leading to the jury's conclusion that manslaughter was the appropriate charge to apply in this instance.
Yeah, it's reasonable to say you didn't expect to kill her. Yeah.
Correct. And the way that she's died does not indicate an attempt to kill her. It sounds
No.
like an
They
unfortunate
didn't
side
gaffer tape her
effect
mouth and nose
of them being
and
assholes.
suffocate her on purpose, yeah.
Yeah. They were also found guilty of all their other charges from that night in 1999, including unlawful confinement and assaulting Irma's husband, Gregor, during the home invasion. In addition, Vaconi was found guilty of committing a burglary at the Palasics home in 1998, during which he assaulted Irma. This has all happened earlier this year, and to date, there has been no sentencing. So stay tuned. I'm sure it'll pop up on the ABC or The Age at some point. After the two men were found guilty of manslaughter, Irma Palasics' grandson, John, told media his family had waited for justice for 26 years. There were so many times over the years that we feared that justice might never come, but we could never give up, he said. Nothing will ever bring Irma back or undo the pain of that night, but our family can today rest knowing that we now know who killed Irma. John said Irma and her husband Gregor did not deserve what was done to them in 1999.
No,
and I'm sure, to be fair, he meant in 1998 as well and 1997.
True.
Irma was so much more than a victim. She was our mum, our grandmother, our sister, and our friend. And Gregor was a gentle, loving husband and a grandfather who cared deeply for our family. But he was forever altered after his beloved Irma's death.
What's that?
He said his family thanked police and prosecutors who refused to let Irma and Gregor's case be forgotten. Their determination has finally brought us answers and, most importantly, justice. There is not a day that our family goes without thinking about what happened to my grandmother.
Yeah,
and
awful.
That is the end. What did you think?
I always think it's good for the families that you get some kind of resolution. You find out who did something and they get held to account. But 26 years is a bloody long time to wait to
It
get
is,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, your life's been screwed up.
And I can only imagine how Gregor has been affected by that because
he was still alive though at this point.
He is still alive,
no,
is he?
I don't think he's now. Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think when you consider that they escaped World War II, and then they had the revolution in Hungary, and they managed to get out then, so they have seen great horrors, and they come to a new country and they work hard and they expect to be rewarded for and be safe in a new country, and to have some pricks show up who are Hungarian also. So there's an overlay of community there, because someone is talking about why those Palasics have got the money and whatever, and these guys are
Did they ever
paying
discuss
attention to that.
Clarky? Well, what was the connection?
I don't know that there was one, other than I guess they're part of the Hungarian community.
Yeah.
And so, people
That's
would, but
Was that
nothing
enough? That's why they've tried it once and they've gone back to the same people.
Yeah, there's probably some comment that came out that somebody made at some point about having saved money and we keep it in the house.
Go against their own as well.
Yeah, right.
And they're a younger generation, I think, too, which is even more
So
disgusting.
Awful, yeah.
Yeah. So I think they haven't been sentenced by the courts. I understand that they didn't mean to kill her, but they repeatedly terrorized this couple.
Yeah.
They had no issue with violently attacking either of them. They were 72. She was 72 when they killed her. She wasn't exactly a major threat.
No.
They didn't need to use that kind of force.
That's awful.
So I want to kind of go back to a kind of medieval torture. So I was having a little look for Hungarian medieval punishments, and I didn't really come up with anything I really liked.
Your search history is going to do well when the thing before that was can I get insurance and that you are Hungarian background is like Hungarian torture.
And I think because I am Hungarian or of Hungarian extraction, it's all the more egregious to me.
I'm sure.
In that, well, we
more
went
personal.
Well, I mean, I didn't. I don't think we knew them. But
No, but
there's
you
nothing to
could have
say
been
that
that.
they weren't on the same bloody boat that came out from Hungary than my grandparents and my father, They could have been.
Exactly.
They definitely came out at about the same time. Anyway, so I was going the Catherine wheel seems to pop up as something to do with good medieval execution and torture from Hungary. So I think I'm going to pop them on the Catherine wheel for a bit and see how they like that.
That's fair.
From memory, they get tied to it and then it breaks the bones and bludgeons them to death kind of thing. I think that's what happens. And I suppose in some ways the bludgeoning to death feels a little bit poetic given that they broke her nose and that's what killed her.
I would like to see them be exposed to the wider Hungarian community Australia-wide, where we'd have to go back, the 20-odd years. I don't want it's too late now because they've lived most of their lives, but to be totally ostracised and disowned by the people that, they're their people. Do you know what I mean?
It's weird though because they were in Melbourne too, and so there's not enough information about their background.
Yeah.
And there is a Melbourne, there's a Hungarian club and stuff in Melbourne. It is interesting to understand how that got connected. Why they
what bothers
kept
me the most.
targeting
It's
them.
like, exactly. I want to know, and that will not have just come from those two, right? There'd be a circle of information or people feeding that information. It's not just. I would assume it's not just one, and like if they didn't know them. Unless they knew them, how would they know that this particular Hungarian couple in Canberra had this money, let alone I mean, maybe they always kept it hidden in the house. I don't know. I guess that was probably quite a common thing. But the fact that they went back to the same people, that's very peculiar. It's not even peculiar. It's planned. So why? I can't believe they didn't delve into that.
It's
frustrating.
I think the thing is that there probably wasn't any
information.
Any close connection that kind of, this is how it all came to be.
But there had to be, didn't there? I mean, I
think it could have just been, just that community thing. If someone's at a pub
I don't know, it's very
talking,
targeted.
Yes, that's what I
It's very targeted.
Yeah, but you only have to find out that they've got the money and then go
you've
for
heard
it.
someone, but then I thought we would still, that would have come up if, like, let's say someone was a tradesperson who worked on a site and the guy owned a building company and they heard that he made a lot of money and, then they made the assumption that he might have kept some in the house, that kind of thing. What's the connection between Melbourne and Canberra?
Yeah.
I'm bothered.
Am I bothered?
I'm bothered.
There's something that annoys me about it too, which is that there's obviously that sort of lawlessness that those two have, Fabrizio and Vicconi.
Yeah.
And, when you do illegal things and then things happen, like you accidentally kill someone.
Yeah. I can take it on the chin.
Don't have a lot of empathy for them.
No.
Don't break into a 73 and a 72-year-old couple's home late at night in balaclavas, bind them, punch them in the face, and then go, oh, but I didn't mean to do anything bad. What? You already have.
That's shocking, really.
It is. You've crossed a line that you should never have crossed.
Correct.
And shit got real for you.
Real quick.
So, yeah, I don't like them.
No, I don't like them either.
I'm impressed. Not at all. Although my favourite part of it was the police going to Queensland on holidays.
I love it. Following him.
Yeah, to get a little bit of DNA.
I mean, there is a lot to be said for the police in this story. Like, I think they've done an exceptional job. Like, they find the DNA, the fingerprint, 20 years later or whatever, and they don't rush. No, we'll just come up with some grand scheme to meet at Crown Casino.
We can get 2 holidays out of this. We'll do a city break to
Melbourne and Queensland.
And then a little bit of a tropical getaway. I like it.
We're going to do a top to bottom all the way up.
We'll take the kids and the wives with us and, make a holiday of it. Let's make something of it.
Dad, what are we doing? Nothing. Just yell if anything comes out the car window.
Gosh, that is some crazy movie stuff. It really is.
How would we frighten them, those two? Like, because imagine the horror being in your 70s and having people in balaclavas break in and be that violent.
I'd send them back in time so that they have to live through the revolution because they're too young. They're in their 70s now, right, while they're being found guilty. So they were babies when that happened. let them have the fear that the Palasics experienced before they got out of Hungary.
It's easy to just say Palasics,
It's not how
even
you
though
say
it's
it, though.
wrong.
It's Palasic. Yeah.
Yep. And
It is easier to
they-
say Palasics, so you're right. Yeah.
could they like go to war as part of that, but with the ability of babies? So they actually can't do anything to defend themselves, but they've got
Yeah.
all of the horror of war around them.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Little
There's
fucks.
I do feel like there's a missing link here somewhere, but yeah.
I don't feel like we're going to unearth it.
I think it was just some chatty Cathy at the pub. Had a few too many
Maybe.
beers and
Well, that chatty Cathy also deserves a smack in the face.
cut the tongue out.
Yeah, something like that.
I just reckon someone said, like one of them's probably said, oh yeah, we've got some money saved away. We keep it in the house, blah, blah, blah. And then somebody's heard that and gone, right, let's go and find it. Because they had to ransack the whole house. There was nothing specific
But
about
3
where it was
times.
hidden.
And what, do they just go to the yellow pages and look up? I can't even say their surname. Palachik, was it?
Palasic.
Palachik. Just look up. Oh, they've moved. They've left Red Hill and they've gone to
Yep.
Belcon and they've gone out to Mackellar. Oh, well, you know, it's very, the poor people. You know,
Yeah.
and it's one thing, you
no.
know, people are so traumatized having had something like that happen to them once. Imagine being like hounded or hunted.
And they've clearly
Yeah.
moved.
Yeah,
It sounds
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they're
to a
moving
totally
to get
different
away
part
from it.
of Melbourne.
Yeah.
Like, Canberra.
God,
Because
There's
their
something-
home was violated on multiple occasions.
why are
Like,
we
they're
the
nowhere
only
near-
ones getting invaded?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
It's not okay.
I know, so they've had to go and
Mm.
find, they've hunted them down. This is awful. Not happy.
It is
Not happy at
awful.
all.
No, not happy, Jan.
You'd think that I'd
So-
be like somewhat, you know, content with the outcome of them being.
Because it feels
I'm
like
not.
someone else is responsible too. That's why.
Yes. I
There's
just,
someone on the periphery who wasn't
Yes.
there at the night, but who in
shared some information, right? Someone had to share
or
some information.
something said the wrong thing that led to this.
Loose lips sink ships.
Yeah, that led to this
Terrible
awful
murder.
state of affairs. Yes, totally unnecessary and dreadful murder. So,
Mm.
whoever they
Well-
are, I hope they get their comeuppance.
Yeah, I hope they're suffering in their own
They
way.
need to
In their
get
own
in their
way.
jocks. They can suffer
In
in their
their
jocks.
Thank you,
Mm.
Clarky, for bringing that one up. And
Thank you.
as we say every week, miss you already.
Ciao.
Ciao, ciao. Bye now.
Ciao.
Thanks for listening to Trial by Wine. You can contact us at trialbywine@gmail.com. Please rate, review and subscribe to Trial by Wine on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. If you'd like to support us, you can become a patron at www.patreon.com, Trial by Wine, or visit our website www.trialbywine.com to donate to us. Your support will help us cover many more cases and apply wacky sentences. We really appreciate you listening and hope you tell everyone about us. Our cover art is by John Christo and music is by Beauchamp from pixabay.com.